Hello, Sacral Beauties. Welcome to the SheSacral Podcast. If you're new, I'm your host, Lindsay Christian, and I help women recover from chronic burnout. We have been talking all about abundance wounds for this series, and it's been so eye-opening, so amazing. And some of you might be thinking, man, I know I have some of these abundance wounds, but how can I really tap into abundance? The truth is that you have been designed with natural gifts and capabilities that are designed specifically for you to generate abundance. So this episode is going to help you recognize and claim your unique moneymaker. And be sure to listen all the way to the end because I'm going to teach you how to AI and burnout-proof your moneymaker. So before we really dive in, I want to set this affirmation in your mind. So if you can take a moment to close your eyes and take a deep breath, release, and listen. You were designed in completeness. You are not lacking. God, Source, Higher Power did not create you without a way to sustain your life. Okay? So take another deep breath in if you accept that, and exhale doubt. So your money maker isn't just your job title or a hustle or a skill that you learned in school. It is the unique gift, talent, or way of being that has been uniquely designed for you to naturally generate abundance when it is aligned with service. And it's the thing that feels like second nature to you. It's the way that you think, it's how you create or how you show up, that others find valuable because it solves a problem, it brings beauty, or it creates transformation. Struggle comes when you chase what isn't yours, forcing yourself into roles, jobs, or hustles that don't match your unique design. That's why it feels heavy, draining, and unsustainable. Abundance flows when you work in alignment with your innate strengths. So God or Source, Higher Power, whichever resonates with you, doesn't plant desires, gifts, and talents in us by accident. They are tools for abundance, expansion, and purpose. Your moneymaker is not just about income, but it's about impact. It is the way that you have been designed to participate in creation, contribution to others, and taking care of yourself in the process. Abundance becomes a natural byproduct, not a forced outcome. So you don't have to go out and get your abundance. You are already carrying the seed. The work is about recognizing, trusting, and developing it instead of dismissing it as it being too easy or not valuable enough. Your moneymaker isn't what drains you, it sustains you. And when you lean into it, you will shift from survival mode hustling to soul-aligned thriving. So some of you are like, yeah, I don't know about that because I have not seen it. My moneymaker is not working. If your moneymaker has been hiding in plain sight, it's not because it doesn't exist. It's because your wounds have made it so hard to recognize, trust, or honor. So for instance, the poverty wound convinces you that nothing is ever enough, so you overlook your gift. The under-earning wound tells you to stay small. The overworking wound says that abundance must be earned through exhaustion. And all of these create blind spots around your natural design. Many of us ignore our true gifts because it feels too easy. Yet ease is often the very sign you have actually found your money maker. We don't realize how powerful our gifts are because we live through the lens of ourselves. And we assume that at some level, everyone is pretty much just like us or can do the same things that we do. But that's not true. So if you want to figure out what your moneymaker is, then we're going to do a little guide together. So grab your notebook if you have access to it, but if not, you can always come back to this episode later. Number 1, the ease test. What comes naturally to you that others might struggle with. Think about the things that you do almost without thinking: organizing, calming a child, writing, speaking, solving problems. For you, it feels easy, but ease is the clue. What feels like second nature to you may feel absolutely impossible or magical to others. So write down, where do you notice people saying, "Man, how'd you do that so easily?" Next up, the joy test. What lights you up when you do it? Even if it hasn't paid you yet, pay attention to what energizes you instead of drains you. When something lights you up, it has the capacity to sustain you long term instead of burning you out. So write down in your journal, what activities make me lose time in the best way? Next up, the reciprocity test. What do people most often thank you for? Pay attention and listen to your compliments, not just your criticisms. Do people thank you for listening or guiding them or making them laugh or helping them solve a problem? The world is already telling you what your gift is. You just may have not been listening. So write down in your journal, what compliments do I tend to brush off? Next is the resilience test. What challenge have you overcome that others still struggle with? Your wound can oftentimes become your wealth. The thing you do to fight through may have given you skills, wisdom, and compassion that others will pay to receive. You're literally helping them save so much time and continued struggle. If you've learned how to rebuild after loss, or maybe recovering from a divorce or a bad breakup or job loss, that resilience is a gift that you can pass on. So write down, what did I have to learn the hard way that I now carry wisdom in? And how could that become a gift for others? Now it's time for the last test, the alignment test. What feels like service rather than strain? So instead of resentment, you feel alignment. So circle one answer from each of those tests that feels strongest to you, and you'll start to see threads of your moneymaker. Now, discovering your moneymaker is one thing, but actually receiving through it is another. And that's where the nervous system starts to come in. If you've carried wounds of poverty, instability, overworking, or under-earning, then ease can start to feel suspicious. Your body is coded to believe that abundance must come through grind, struggle, or sacrifice. So when your moneymaker flows easily, your nervous system might panic and say, "This can't be right, this won't last," or "I must be missing something." That panic will often lead you into sabotage. Rather, you are undercharging, complicating simple processes, or abandoning your gift altogether. Your body has to learn that abundance can arrive without it falling apart. When your body learns this safety, something shifts. You stop chasing and you start receiving. You stop proving and you start embodying. Ease stops feeling like a threat and it starts to feel like home. And in that state, your money maker starts to become magnetic, drawing in opportunities because your nervous system is finally open to hold them. So I've actually come up with a list of some moneymaker examples to see if it sparks some inspiration for you. Number 1, the organizer. Maybe you instinctively bring order to chaos, whether that's a messy closet, a scattered business, or a hectic schedule. And someone who has learned to trust her moneymaker when it comes to being an organizer is Marie Kondo. She turned her natural love of tidying into a global brand, books, and even a Netflix series. Next, the listener. People feel safe opening up to you. And your gift of presence, empathy, and reflection is healing and deeply valuable. An example of this is Esther Perel, psychotherapist and speaker, who grew a global platform just by listening to couples and reflecting their truths. Next, we have the teacher. maybe you naturally explain things in ways that just click. You can break down the complex into the simple, whether it's business, spirituality, or fitness. A great example is Brené Brown, who turned her gift of breaking down vulnerability and shame into best-selling books, Netflix specials, and speaking tours. Or maybe you're a connector. You always know who needs to meet who. Your network, introductions, and ability to bring people together creates opportunities. An example of this is Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, who built wealth on his natural ability to connect people and opportunities. Next, the creative eye. Maybe you have a gift for beauty, photography, design, fashion, or even setting a table with care. What you see as just aesthetics creates value for others. Take, for instance, Rihanna. She's built Fenty Beauty by blending fashion, makeup, and inclusivity, and her creative vision has made her a billionaire. Or what about the storyteller? Maybe you're great at weaving words or visuals that move people, rather through writing, video, or conversation. You shift perspectives. Shonda Rhimes, the writer and producer of Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton, turned storytelling into one of Netflix's biggest deals. Or maybe you're the problem solver. You love puzzles and solutions. Where others get stuck, you see systems, strategies, and steps forward. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, became a billionaire by solving a simple fashion problem: uncomfortable pantyhose. Or maybe you're the encourager. You naturally motivate others with your energy, optimism, or ability to reframe situations. A great encourager is Tony Robbins. He has turned encouragement and motivational speaking into an empire of seminars and coaching and business ventures. Or maybe you're the caregiver. You create safety, nourishment, or comfort with cooking, nurturing, hosting, or simply just making people feel at home. You can look at Ina Garten, the barefoot Contessa, who turned her caregiving gift into cookbooks, shows, and brand deals. Or maybe you're an innovator. You always think of a new way, a better system, or an invention that makes life easier. A great example is Steve Jobs, who built Apple by consistently reimagining technology and design. Or even Whitney Hurd, who started Bumble. She innovated the dating app space by centering women, becoming one of the youngest female billionaires. And last but not least, embodiment. Maybe the gift isn't what you do, but it's in who you are. Your energy, your authenticity, or your presence itself inspires others. So Princess Diana was a combination of wealth and legacy, not from what she did, but who she was and how her presence moved people. All right, so now you might be saying, okay, I think I got my moneymaker. But a big fear around abundance has now become, yeah, but what if technology replaces me? AI, automation, and outsourcing are shifting industries overnight. But here's the truth. Your moneymaker is rooted in your unique human existence. It can't channel your exact story or perspective because those are uniquely yours. Yeah, AI can generate content, but it can't transmit your authenticity. So let's cover some ways to AI-proof your moneymaker. 1. Anchor in story. Share your unique journey, lessons, and personal lens. No one else has your story. Lead with energy. Infuse your work with presence, compassion, and lived wisdom, things that machines can't imitate. Also, focus on transformation, not just information. AI is going to give you the answers, but you are the one that creates the change. Remember to stay human in delivery. Workshops, coaching, group work, community, art, these thrive on human connection. AI proofing is less about resisting the change and more about trusting your ability to reimagine your gifts in new ways. Your moneymaker was designed by God, not by an algorithm. So when you root in it who you are rather than what you do, it can never be replaced. Let's talk about burnout proofing your moneymaker, because finding your moneymaker is just the beginning. In order to sustain it, you're going to need to protect it from burnout. Because here's the truth. Even your most natural gift can become exhausting. So in order to keep it sustainable, let what flows naturally stay simple. Build rest into your workflow. Price for sustainability. Undercharging or over-delivering will deplete your nervous system. And remember to root it in pleasure. When your gift feels joyful, it magnetizes abundance. And the thing that most people don't realize is that how you burn out depends on your unique burnout pattern. Some women give too much of themselves until they're empty. Others grind endlessly because they can't stop proving their worth. And that is why I created the Burnout Patterns quiz to help you discover your unique nervous system pattern so you can stop running into burnout and let your moneymaker actually thrive. So click the link down below to take the quiz today and discover your burnout pattern. Wow, we covered a lot today, and I hope that you feel inspired after listening to this, because you have been designed with more than enough, and your moneymaker is already within you, waiting to be trusted, expressed, and received as abundance. If this episode resonated with you, then be sure to leave a comment down below or like this podcast. And be sure to follow and subscribe, because up next, I'm going to teach you what a wealthy nervous system looks and feels like. Thank yourself so much for showing up today, and thank you for tuning in to the SheSacral Podcast.